It wasn't very long after Cars 2 ended that we began talking about what we would do for another film. And early on, we knew we wanted to get back to a story about Lightning McQueen. We really wanted to get back to the hero's journey, the hero's transformation, where you go from when you're the top, when you're the best of your game. That's something we latched on to early. But we also had a lot of interest in going back and looking at where Doc came from and who Doc would have run with back in the day. He was this great figure that was Paul Newman and Doc Hudson all in one. And sadly, he passed away after the first Cars film. And we touched on it very little in Cars 2, but there was so much more we wanted to tell. And early on, I think when we started getting into this film, I knew, wow, this is really going to be a good opportunity for a few reasons. One, I think if anybody loved the first Cars for the heart and the relationship of characters, this film has that really in spades. It goes so much further in this movie. If you had an interest in Doc and McQueen's relationship, again, we get to go a lot further this time. So that was exciting to me. We have always known that the Radiator Springs gang is beloved by everybody. It's such a huge part of Cars. I think because we can all relate to those characters. They're all lovable characters. They're all characters that we know in some way, or we've known somebody that reminds us of one of them. They're all back in this film. I think the strongest ones that rise to the top in this film obviously are Mater, which is always McQueen's core friend, and in a way his friend that lets him let his guard down. Sally comes back as the one with the practical advice. She's the angel on McQueen's shoulder that says, do the right thing. Guido and Luigi come along for the ride because obviously McQueen's going to need tires if he's racing, and then Mac, the trusty transporter. The rest of the gang is there in a smaller degree, but those characters from Radiator Springs really play a pretty major part in this film, supporting McQueen on his journey. If you loved the heart and the emotion of the first film especially, this film is for you. If you love racing and you love intensity and you like that feeling on the track, then this film is for you. If you love a great moment to laugh and to cry, if you love that in a Pixar film, this film is for you. I think truly that this is the ultimate of the three Pixar films because of the three Cars films, because it brings everything together so nicely. It looks back to Doc Hudson in a great way. You meet some wonderful new characters along the way. I think having a strong female character like Cruz is great for somebody like me with a daughter who loves racing and cars, that there's somebody, a racer for her to root for as well. There's just so many things this film I'm incredibly proud of.